The Department of National Defence has the largest portfolio of infrastructure, of buildings in Canada. And so somebody needs to build those and maintain them and engineer them. And we help with that. So we procure all of the professionals who will help design it and all of the construction capability to build it. Airfields, marine facilities, training facilities. A lot of training goes on in D&D. Accommodations for the soldiers, kitchen facilities, office buildings. I'm a professional engineer. My education background is a civil engineer, and I started in construction. So I worked for very many years in construction, overseeing the construction contracts and the contractors doing the work. So procurement of that was just a very small part of what I did. But eventually, I got interested in that because we were procuring some things sometimes that are very unique, difficult to procure, and I got intrigued about how we do that. The runways are normal specs, and the buildings are normal specs. But some of the really interesting things we've procured for the Department of National Defence is, for example, some Afghan villages. So we've had to build for them and procure somebody to build for them mock Afghan villages so they can practice and train to deploy. Dismountable ablution facilities that can be easily erected in the field in the operational theater. So those things are difficult to procure because the market is a little uncertain, and who supplies that, who provides that. So then we have to do some market research before we can really procure that effectively. A really interesting new emerging technology that I think will change how construction is done, how the different stakeholders and parties will interact between themselves in order to deliver the projects. That's building information management systems, and it's going to change how engineering is done as opposed to engineering it on paper and then drawing the picture. It's a database. You build the database, and from there the design and the picture emerges. And that database then has a lot of potential for the builders as well, for quantity takeoffs. It'll have a lot of GPS information that can be fed directly into equipment to automate some of the construction. I think procurement has to be an integrated service. And when I put it in my context in the construction aspect, I think that we have to keep informed about how that effective that contract ended up being during the construction. So I work very hard at trying to bring procurement planning earlier in the project stages so that we can work together in an integrated manner with all of the people and the stakeholders involved in the project delivery. It's fun coming to work every day knowing that I'm going to make decisions on new things every day, a new set of circumstances, new set of facts, and new problems to solve.